Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Jean. It is Saturday. Saturday morning, very overcast. We're expected rain here. If you can tell. Yeah, it is 8 to 10 in the morning and it's pretty gloomy out. So there's Bailey. Say hi, Bale. He won't last long out here. So it is Saturday, and Saturday in this channel is Weight Watchers meeting topic. I bring the meeting topic to you. It's on your app. You can see it, but sometimes when it gets read to you, it makes a little bit more sense. And I do apologize a little bit, but no, I really don't. I do give you my interpretation, how I think I would want it heard for my benefit. But then again, you might not agree. That's why I read it and then I kind of read it. So this way you get what they're saying, and then I just give you my, you might disagree with me, and that's okay. You don't have to agree here. This is not the channel where I say everything right, because I don't. I just say what's right for me. What's right for me might not be right for you. So always put that disclaimer out there that, you know what, but something I say may resonate with you. If you didn't know, I am a Weight Watchers lifetime member, currently a few pounds over goal, getting back there. I will become lifetime before they get rid of it. I will do it. I don't know if I have to, how much blood, sweat, and tears it's going to take, but it's going to get there. I'm not that far off, actually. But honestly, those last few pounds, you know, are the hardest. They just really are. When you're at a weight, like technically a maintenance weight, you don't lose every week. You certainly don't. And I know this, and, you know, it's just harder. It's harder towards the end. It's like you would think you'd get the benefits at the end, but, you know, you get the more work at the end. So every week is not a loss, no matter how good I am, no matter how perfect I am. So just wanted to put that out there. That disclaimer as well, because some people are like, oh, you didn't lose, but you said you were good. And, well, if you can't lose, how could I lose? I'm not going to lose every week, and I'm here to tell you that. It's hard to lose at this weight. It really is. You really have to basically either A, starve yourself or work yourself up to 1,000,000 calories working out. And that's not happening either way here on this with me. So let me let the dog in, and then we'll get to my weight. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. It's like a child sometimes. So where did I leave off? Oh, I think we're talking about my weigh-in. Okay. I don't remember where I left off. Bailey. If you didn't know, which you obviously wouldn't know, I am currently, why is it's installing the app? It has to be updated. Squirrel. I was counting calories the last 2.5 weeks. Okay. Scroll to now. Am I still counting calories? I'm not. Well, technically I'm not. I'm not focusing on that. I'll be honest with you. And again, you can disagree with me. You know, like I said, we all have our opinions. We all have our passions. We all have what we believe works for us. And it does for us. I found counting calories felt like a diet. I missed my Weight Watcher points. I did. I missed the simplicity of that. This having to count everything, and it doesn't drive people insane. Isn't that bird? So it's not like you can say that, oh my God, Dee's right. No, it's what's right for me. And I knew that. I knew that going into it, I was going to have difficulty. You could say but I did stick with it for almost 3 weeks. So I'm proud of that fact. It just got too daunting for me. I mean, honestly, I get you have to weigh and measure, and I do that anyway. And weigh and measure everything. Know what you're eating: carrots, celery, cucumbers, lettuce, cabbage. Why do I say cabbage? I don't know, cabbage. It just was like, to me, I guess maybe that's my Weight Watchers mindset. It's immaterial because it's a vegetable. I mean, is it going to make or break calories to even track those? Probably not. But I felt like if you're going to track it the correct way, if you're going to do the plan, do it the way it's written. I say that all the time. And it just was, I don't know, all consuming, that it just was so much. And it was a little bit obsessive in I thought I was becoming obsessed, like not like wanting to do it, like of doing it and like thinking, oh, I had to put that in, what is this, what is that? And it was getting, you know, if you get frustrated, it's not gonna work. If you break, it's like a child. I mean, I think I'm like a child sometimes, but and then there were days I didn't track because I just didn't feel like doing it. Now you get people, oh, but just put your salad, and you have to put. But it's just the fact that I had to put my salad in general that kind of aggravated me. Let's be honest. I don't think cucumbers, lettuce, onions, and tomatoes are going to make a difference. But again, that's me. If you love counting calories, count them. Don't sit there. I mean, what I'm saying isn't right for everyone. It's right for me. So yes, So I did have a suggestion from Marcy. She challenged me. She threw the goal, and I'm coming up with this. I think I'm going to do a series called Challenge D because I kind of like it. She challenged me to do the green plan. She said, "Listen, I think with this, the way you talk, what might be best for you is the green plan." Now, if you remember right, I've done the green plan, and I frustrated to day 2 on the green plan because of the counting the 0-point foods that I usually are 0 for me, like chicken, eggs, fish, yogurt are probably the biggest, probably everybody's biggest ones, but mostly the yogurt, the eggs, and the chicken are probably, and turkey are probably my biggest ones. So she challenged me to try that, and this was like Monday night. So I started Tuesday, and again, I have to still weigh and measure. So it's kind of like one thing, but I don't have to worry about fruits and veggies. Like I don't have to think about them. Like, oh my God, I had a banana, I better track that. I had mango, which we know mango is high in calories anyway. I have to track that. And it's like, I didn't have to track anything, fruits and vegetable wise. And I'm like, well, that was much better, I will say. I was still weighing my chicken. And what's interesting about weighing your chicken is you get to see the protein of the chicken and turkey you're eating. Like, that's kind of fun because I do have the secondary macros. I am tracking, it's called Sugar Smart on the Healthy app. So I still have my secondary macros. So it's nice up in the corner if I wanted to see it, or have it like as at the corner of my eye, I could see my calorie count, which is kind of nice. So I could kind of have the best of both worlds. I could focus on my points, but always have my eye on those calories, those protein, that carbohydrates. So it was kind of nice to see that. So it was an interesting balance. I kind of enjoyed it the last 4 days. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was interesting. I haven't frustrated yet. You'll be happy to hear. I didn't. But seeing like the protein in my turkey and my yogurt and my cottage cheese, like you don't really think about it when you're eating it as a 0-point food, even though cottage cheese and yogurt, well, if you have the fat-free cottage cheese, if you're on Weight Watchers, is a 0-point food. So you get to see it. And I think it was Thursday that I didn't realize I had over 100 grams of protein. I'm like, but I could see that because it's there for me if I choose to look at it. And I thought that was really cool. So I kind of have been enjoying tracking in the Healthy app for Sugar Smart. You'll be happy to hear. So I haven't frustrated yet. We'll see. I mean, I'm like a 5-year-old sometimes. It's like, yeah, I like ease. I like simplicity. And that's why I was able to hit gold on Weight Watchers, because it was ease and simplicity. So I have to remember that, like when you're thinking, what is, your thought process? What is your attention span? You have to think about those things. And yeah, we're going to see how it goes. I'm still, it's only Saturday. It's only been 5 days. So I'm still going to continue with the Sugar Smart for another week. I was hoping to give it a month. That's my goal, is to give it the month of October. Fingers crossed that we can make it through the month of October without frustrating. But I know part of it is me, so again, you could be on any plan. But did I tell you my weigh-in? I don't think I did. Well, I was down 0.8. So that was good. I was happy to see that. I mean, to me, that's like 1.5 pounds. I had it, what was last week? Was it 0.2? I lost, I think, 0.2. So 0.2, a whole pound in 2 weeks. That's great. I'm excited about that. So far, so good. Fingers crossed, Fingers crossed. So, sorry, I forgot I didn't say my weigh-in. At least I let it wait this long. Sorry about that. So if you stayed this long for that, cheers. Now let's get to the meeting topic: how to be more aware of your eating habits and why it can help you. Is this by Beth Jane? It is. I didn't bring my glasses out, so I got my iPad, which I could zoom in. Fact: it is not only what you eat that impacts your weight loss journey, but also when and how. We call it your overall eating pattern. And to make meaningful changes, you need to know what you're working with. Choose 3 steps this week to tune into each meal and snack, and then follow these steps. I like the fact that they mentioned meals and snacks. So we just had a conversation on the live, because it was Thursday, about, like, I was asking people about who snacks, and everybody said they snack, which is good. I don't think there's anything wrong with snacking. I think snacking is pretty normal. I think when you don't snack, it's slightly abnormal, and I don't want to make that as an issue, but I meant like you should be able to fit in a snack. And snacks don't have to be big in calories, big in points. They could be something as a bowl of grapes, a cup of grapes. Let's get to the serving. A serving of fruit. We should say it that way. An apple, a banana. Again, there's nothing wrong with having a piece of fruit during the day. I think it's great. It keeps your metabolism revved. There's nothing wrong with it. And I always say, try to stick to the zeros or lower pointed foods for snacks, like fruit, vegetables, hummuses, dips, even a little light nut butter. That's why I love the powdered peanut butter, because it's a point for a serving of peanut butter. Whereas regular peanut butter is 3 points. And you just want a snack. You're not looking for any health benefits from peanut butter. You just want a little, well, there's protein, I should say in there. You just want a little, you're peckish. You just want something small. And I love when you reconstitute the powdered peanut butter into a serving. You don't feel guilty about it, using 3 points instead of only using 1. And it's just as satisfying. It truly is. And I've converted many people, I'll tell you. I think a lot of times it's what we mix into the powdered peanut butter that makes it kind of like, the directions say water. Water's kind of, I like to use maybe a nut milk. Cow's milk would even work. Some people use pancake syrup. I'm not a fan of that, only because it's maple, and I'm not looking for maple peanut butter, but if I was, then I would use it. But I love to use the skinny syrups that you put in your water. Yes, the cookie dough, the maple bourbon pecan, the butter pecan, the salted caramel. Because remember, the flavor of that will become salted caramel peanut butter, maple bourbon pecan peanut butter, butter pecan peanut butter, cookie dough peanut butter. It's just, it's so good. And I always have the chocolate peanut butter cup. It's usually so it's actually more peanut buttery and a little bit chocolatey, and that's really good. And I smear them on a 1-point rice cake or a 2-point caramel when that's a 3-point snack right there, and it's fantastic. So you're having a rice cake and a serving of peanut butter, what you would pay for just a serving of regular peanut butter. So that's where I kind of use those little tricks. And people say, oh, you should be eating real peanut butter, but I wouldn't eat it. See, the people they would eat this much. I want a serving of peanut butter, so I have to find a way to get it. So using that technique, and there's nothing wrong with powdered peanut butter. It just has the fat knocked out of it. It's still made of peanuts. So say what you want about it, it's still made of peanuts, and there's nothing wrong with it. And when you sit there and when you're satisfied with that versus having this much of real peanut butter, there's a big difference. I don't go back for one anymore, because I feel what I quote unquote, what I call for me, like a regular person, because I'm having a serving of peanut butter, not an eye drop of peanut butter. That makes me feel like I'm on a diet. If I have a regular serving of peanut butter, I feel like a regular person. Just because my peanut butter is a little bit different than yours doesn't mean it's not good. So, and if you didn't know, PB2 has crunchy powdered peanut butter, which is little chunks of peanuts. And there's no extra points for it. It's delicious. Oh, I love that one. It's probably my favorite. And I also order the flavored powdered peanut butters. You can get them at a place called Cape Island Foods, or from local to me, it's Cape May Peanut Butter Company. I have, I can talk about this. Me and my love of just little fun little tricks and you can call them it's just a little way of having something decadent and feeling satisfied. And I have 2 of them, butterscotch and what's the other one? A honey roasted peanut butter powder. So you don't even need, you just mix that with the milk and it's fantastic. And if you go through Nuts and More, they have flavored powdered peanut butters as well. So they're so good. I love powdered peanut butter. And it has made such a change in my routine, because I'm not afraid of peanut butter anymore. I'm not afraid of having a serving of peanut butter where I'm not going to have an eye dropper like this much. And I'm eating real peanut butter, but you're eating this much. I'd rather eat a little bit more. That's, again, makes me feel better, because I'm a volume eater. Know who you are. Know what works for you. You can't all of a sudden flip the switch and become a non-volume eater overnight. Doesn't happen. I don't know if you could ever. If you've had so many years of eating, it's hard. It's hard. So where was I? I get on these tangents. All right. Try this. Right before you eat a meal or a snack, jot down the following. It's been how many hours, minutes since I last ate? My hunger level is 1, not hungry, to 5, starving. I feel content, energized, exhausted, stressed, bummed out, or other. So if you're eating because you're bummed out, they're basically saying you're eating not for hunger's sake, but because you're sad. So you're basically, it's trying to see if you're an emotional eater instead of a just hunger eater. Eat and track your food. 30 minutes after, write a few more notes. It's a lot of writing notes. I don't got time for this, but hey. The amount I ate was what I planned, less than I planned, or more than I planned. My hunger level is not hungry or starving. I pretty hope you're not going to say starving after having a snack. I don't think we would. At speed at what you ate, 1 was slow and 5 was fast. I used to be a fast eater. I've gotten better. My mindfulness level was barely remember eating it or dialed into each bite. I've talked to my kids about this. I've talked to Steve about this. When they mindlessly eat, I'm like, do you remember what you ate? Do you remember how much you ate? They're like, no. Oh, speaking of that, I'll get to that. Remind me about Timmy. It's blank that I'll eat before my next planned meal or snack. It's unlikely I'll eat before my next planned meal or snack. It is likely that I'll eat before my next, or it's not sure. Again, they're trying to, I guess, plan your day, and I'm not sure I go to kindness. I'm not a planner, and we know this. I've tried. I have tried. The problem is, if it's not something in your makeup, you're not going to do it. Just because you watch somebody that does it, doesn't mean it's going to be right for you. And you can buy all the bells and whistles. I've had all the planners. Doesn't make you plan because you buy a planner. I've had meal planners. I've had daily planners. I've had several daily planners. Yeah. It's not going to work if it's not something you do. I think we all are wired a certain way. And I think what the bad thing about YouTube, I feel, is we bring ourselves to you. And sometimes you look at us for inspiration. And sometimes you look at us and you want to copy us. And that's good and bad because you can't copy somebody that's not you. You might want to because we present this great thing and you're like, oh my God, I so want to be Dee. She's so got it together. I don't always have it together. And I say that. I hope I bring that out. I don't always have it together. I don't always make good choices. I don't. But it's normal not to make good choices. And that's why I bring that to you. That's why I love doing this platform. I am bringing you a hot mess some days. Some days I have great days and some days I don't. And guess what? That's what normal life is. Normal life isn't always having good days. I had 7 good days in a row. I'm already proud of myself. I hope I have a loss on the scale. That's not real life, my friends. That's just, and that's what you have to realize. Sometimes what we do here is very scripted, and sometimes you only see a piece of it. But I try to bring the reality. The reality is it's hard freaking work. Yeah. Eating less is hard. Eating things you really want to eat and not be allowed to eat too much of is hard. Do I want to have that? Yeah, I do. Should I? Nope. Can I have a little bit? Maybe I can fit a little bit in. Is it hard to fit a little bit in when you want the rest of it? Sure is. So, but that's how life is. Life is trying to fit everything in a reasonable manner. We're used to eating as much as we want when we want, and nobody's going to tell us no. Now it's, you really can't have all of that, but you could have some of that. Like when you're at a birthday party, you used to have a nice piece of birthday cake. Well, now we have a piece but we still have the birthday cake. We just don't have as much. Some people are lucky to have a great metabolism. Sorry, I don't have one. My metabolism stinks. But that's who I am. I know this about myself and I deal with it. All right, the foods I enjoy most while eating. Because while you're eating, I guess you're actually after you eat. I mean, that's just a weird question. I mean, I don't know. Some of these, who has all this time to be asking themselves all this? I mean, it's an interesting concept. But if basically you're psychoanalyzing while you ate it and how much you ate and how did you feel. It's interesting if maybe we could print this out and but would we do it? Maybe the first couple days we would, but every day it'd be like, yeah, I don't really care why I ate. I ate because I wanted it. That's the bottom line. I wanted it and I ate it. Was it always the best choice? Sometimes it's not. But if we can keep it down to a reasonable level, we might be able to get this. I feel content, energized, exhausted, regretful. Hope you're not saying exhausted, regretful, because they're not positive words. They want you to feel content, energized, proud. So if you made those good choices, you're proud of what you ate. And sometimes we're not proud of what we eat. I talk to a million people and I know the stories, and we tell each other, here's the thing. I wanted it. And it's trying to learn that self-control is the hard part, because it's sitting right in front of us. If we went to like what they call them, fat farms, where all our meals were thought out for us and our exercise, like, you'd have to think, that would be like, but is that real life? Now, you could live it for a while, but you still have to come home, shop, cook your own meals, live with others, and see how that goes. So that's just anything else. We have to learn to live in this world. I say that all the time. The world's not going to change for us, unfortunately. I wish it would. Denise's own Weight Watchers would make sure we have some good options for her. Make sure we have some good chicken, some fish, a nice green salad. How many parties have you gone to where there's no green salad? I complained to my husband. He's one of the Knights of Columbus at our church. And I finally said, what is it with the Knights when they have events if there's no green salad? I said, they have 5 different kinds of meat, but no freaking green salad. I said, it's ridiculous. I said, they had ham, it was Patty's Day. They had ham and cabbage, they had corned beef and cabbage, they had pork, they had, there was another meat. They had like 4 different meats. I said, French fries. Where's the green salad? Where's the nice crunchy vegetable that I need? That cabbage ain't gonna do it because it's all cooked down. And you can't get a lot of it. So yeah, a green salad at a party is a necessity. It is. A nice, full of like cucumbers and tomatoes and peppers and onions and all kinds of vegetables. I have a friend who always makes the best salad at her parties. Always. I said she has chickpeas in there. There's chicken in there. It's just like, it's such a great salad. And we need that. But we don't always get it. So how can I maneuver that party? Sometimes I have a roll. I usually concentrate on the meat and a roll. And I need something. I could have meat, but I need something that's going to satisfy me. And sometimes bread, I'll do that. And I can fit in a roll, because rolls are probably like that. Roll's probably 6 points. And then I just have meat and I scrape off that's a whole other video, but let's dive deeper into this one. Imagine that, I've talked really way too long. Imagine that you're trying to save money by cutting some of your expenses. Do you think you could do without paying attention to how or when on what you're spending each month? Probably not. The same goes for losing and maintaining weight. Sure, tracking food and Weight Watchers builds awareness of what you're eating, and that's a great place to start. But digging into how and when and what's really going on here around your meals and snacks brings you deeper level of understanding of what could help you make impactful changes. So yeah, it's a lot. To me, that's really, they went a little too far with what we should do, but you definitely need to think before you eat. Think before you eat. Am I hungry? And you know what? Maybe we eat because we want to eat versus if we're really hungry. But as long as it fits into your budget, as long as it's a 0-point option, like a piece of fruit, I don't think it's too bad. I wouldn't and I say this, I get slammed for this, but I will say it anyway. I don't think we should be having more than 3 servings of fruit a day. I think 3 servings of fruit you can't have 10 servings of fruit. Fruit is natural sugar, and I wouldn't have more than 3. That's just me, because I feel like when I think back to Weight Watchers, when the exchanges, you only were allowed to have 2. So I'm going ahead with just saying 3. I just think that that's a new doable number. I think, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or if you could have in between, I always find fruit works between breakfast and lunch, or between lunch and dinner. There's always usually a fruit option. My fruit usually involves an apple or a banana, and usually involves nut butter. I like nut butter on both. So again, my 1-point powdered peanut butter, again, there you go. It's a nice doable snack. I don't feel restricted. I feel like when we skip snacking, we tend to be more hungry when it comes to meals. So we talked about snacking on my live, and a lot of people seem to snack after dinner. I'm a mid-afternoon snacker. My morning snacks I've not been, because I've been eating a little bit later, maybe since I don't go out to work anymore. Like back when I worked, I was eating breakfast at 7:30. Now that I work from home, my breakfast is around 9:30. So it's a little bit different. I'm not quite as hungry for a snack, so I have lunch around 1 o'clock. And lunch is usually some sort of vegetables and protein. And then dinner is usually around 5:30. So I usually have a snack after I exercise. Usually after Glam Squat, I usually have something around 3:30. It helps me not be starving for dinner. it's hard to go between meals, and you might tell yourself you're not hungry because you don't want to eat. I don't want to eat. I don't want to snack. I don't want to stick to this. That'll work for a while, but in the end, our goal is to be regular and normal people. And normal people just have a piece of fruit and not worry about it. Why do we have to worry about everything like that? We have to try to be as normal as we possibly can. Your overall eating pattern influences things like choices, behaviors, and feelings, which can make your journey easier or harder. Noticing habits helps you identify what's working, eating slowly, and what's not, waiting until you're level 5 starving. And level 5 starving a lot of times come from the fact that we don't want to snack. And I think we convince ourselves that we don't need it. Oh, I'm not hungry. Well, how can you not be hungry when your whole life you were? So we have to, and like I said, and there's nothing wrong with a piece of fruit. Nothing wrong with some veggies and dip. There's nothing wrong with it. Then you can take steps to do the more former and address the latter and get even closer to your goals. 3 fast facts. Your eating patterns include what you eat as well as how you eat. Becoming aware of your eating patterns allows you to identify what's working and what changes you want to make. This can help you develop eating patterns that both set you up for success and that can stick to long term. Stick to long term. Do you see that? Stick to long term, because that's the goal. And you could do a lot of things temporarily. You can eat under your points temporarily, but can you do that long term? Can you skip meals long term? Can you live the way you're living long term? Because that's the goal. We all could lose the weight if we really put our minds to it. Can we stick and keep it off? That's the goal. And that's the key right there. The last line of the thing, long term. That's your goal. So you have to make it livable and doable. It's lifestyle. And that's it in a nutshell. That's the answer. And when you realize that, when that opens up, you're like, wow, yeah, I have to do this the rest of my life to keep the weight off. We didn't come this far to come this far. We came this far to stay this far. Because we have to. And when you're sitting there, a lot of people who've lost and gained and lost. Do you want to go back to, you worked so hard to lose these 100 pounds, Denise, do you really want to slide back and do it all over again? Oh, hell no. Hell no. So, and that's what I'm trying to teach Timmy. On to Timmy. Just trying to teach him. That's why his plan was very flexible. I was giving him sweets because he's going to grab them. I know him. Know who you are. I know this child. So if I sat there and said to him, no desserts for you, he's going to have them anyway. So why not fit them in? Make him mindful of them. And that's the whole thing. Being mindful of your food. Being mindful of what you have. You have to, even when you don't know if you're out and you don't know what's going to be served, you have to be mindful. I'm going to a bridal shower tomorrow. I have no idea what's going to be served. Does that mean I wake up tomorrow and not eat breakfast? No, it doesn't. It means you have your regular breakfast. And then it's going to be, I think it's at 12. So it's probably going to be like a lunch. So I'm going to have to be mindful. I'm going to have to sit and get the best choices I can. It doesn't mean I'm there. I'm like, oh, I'm here. I'm just going to eat what I want because, I'm at a shower. I'm just going to eat it. I can't worry about it. No, you look at the choices that I have in front of me and I bake the best ones. Sometimes I might overindulge. I make that a conscious choice. Now I do that now. And I'll say, you're going to eat this. Now don't feel bad about it. And I try not to make myself feel bad about food because it's food. If I wanted it, I'm going to choose to eat it and I can't feel bad about it. And I say it to myself before I eat. I'm like, don't feel guilty about this because you're making the choice to eat it. So we'll see how it works out tomorrow. I'll let you know. Oh, and Timmy. Timmy lost 2.4 pounds? 2.6? I think it's 2.4. So yeah, he was like excited. So I said to him, I know you're excited and I'm proud of you. I said, but do not celebrate that. Don't sit there because I lost 2 pounds that you're going to sit there and eat your face off today. But no buts. You don't, no. You stick to your plan. If you want to see that result again, I said, because he's got a lot of flexibility in his plan. So he's got a lot. There's nothing he's being denied. It's just the portions for him. I lowered his portions and kept the foods that he wanted, his snacks, his pastries. So he's had them. So And he's been working out, so he's excited about that. So yeah, I wanted to update you about that. Totally forgot. Like, so if you stayed to the end, you got to see how Timmy did. So I'm gonna put that in the title, and you'll have to wait to the very end to see how Timmy did. So he's excited. He's home for the weekend. So he goes, well, no, I'll do fine because you're gonna be watching me. I said, I'm not your conscience. I said, you have to. I said again, a livable lifestyle. We have to, live with what we have. So that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, you can get little, if you like those kind of questions, you could probably print those out or find them somewhere. And then every time you ask yourself those, if you want to take the time to do that, hey, go for it. If that's the type of person you are, what do they call that? Type A, type B. I don't know what even type I am, but if that's the type of person you are, then you should do it. Like if you're a planner, plan. If you're a journaler, journal. Like, who is the person inside you that that's what is your strong suit? For me, I feel my strong suit is creating. It's trying to make something out of nothing. And I think, and I might not agree with everybody. You might not like the fact that I eat powdered peanut butter. But you know what? It satisfies me, and I love making the flavored ones. It's just so much fun. But that's the creative side of me. I create in the kitchen. I create low-calorie, low-point food. I love it. It's sustainable. It's something I could make. It's not anything weird. It's like the donut maker. I mean, it's making a donut because I want a donut. There's nothing wrong with having a donut that you make low in calorie, low in point, and it fits right into my schedule. 3 points, I can fit that in. If you didn't see that donut video, I will have it linked up in the iCards and at the end of the video. You could definitely, do you need a donut maker? I liked it because it was a single donut. I really got it, honestly, was to make bagels in it, because most times I don't have bagels ready. Again, it's me. It's how I live, and I don't mind that. Like, I have a maker that when I want a bagel, I'm going to make a bagel. I can make one. 8 minutes, it's cooked, it's done, it's perfection. I made a great bagel. That's in that video as well. If you want to see how I made I just used a quarter of the 2-ingredient dough recipe that I do, and it made a beautiful bagel. So again, it's just, I like one and done. I can't have a dozen donuts sitting here. Know who you are. I can't have that. I can't. But I could have one, and it was 3 points. It was 4. The chocolate one was 4 because I put the peanut butter glaze on top. Oh my God. And that recipe is on dishwithd.com, the single version. And if, like I said, if you have a bun maker, you could probably use that. Somebody else thinking using a waffle maker. Why not? Waffle donuts, I'm all for that. You can cook anything in any of the dashes, really. Any recipe that we have, that I have on Dish with D, you could probably adapt it to any of the dashes. I would guess. You just have to keep your eye on if it's cooked. That's the only thing. I couldn't tell you how long to watch it. But yeah, it's fun and it's creative. And if those little things help me, then it's well worth it. It's little tricks that get me to stay on plan, and that's what I do. And that's, it's not eating less, it's not dieting, it's not starving myself, it's not skipping meals, it's eating. And eating to lose weight. And there is a book about that, eating to lose weight, I feel like, somewhere along the line. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. I will dish with you another day. I don't think there's a video coming out tomorrow. I have one that I'm working on. It's for dinners, but I only have 2 on there. I don't think I wanted to do 3. 3 quick dinners. You guys have been asking me for dinner, so there's 3 quick ones, really quick, and I'm trying to do 1 more. I haven't done it yet, so that probably won't be out yet. And I also have another challenge, Challenge D. Somebody challenged me to $10, only go in with a budget of $10 at the Dollar Tree. But it's not for any dinner. It's a healthy dinner at the Dollar Tree. I don't know. That's going to be a hard one. I can get a dinner out of there, but I don't know about a healthy dinner. I should ask her if she should give me a points challenge too. $10 at the Dollar Tree for a dinner for 10 points. Oh my God, that's way too hard. We'll see. But that won't be out for a long time. I haven't even thought through that process yet. But that is it for me. If you enjoyed this weigh-in video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below how you thought this topic was. Would you want to do those steps? Like I said, it's not for everyone. It's for some of you. So do what works for you. Be you. Just because you're on a weight loss journey doesn't mean you change who you are. We are who we are. And be that person, because that's the person you're going to be for the rest of your life. And you heard them. What did they say at the end? Long term. I should put that in the thumbnail. Long term, because that's the goal. Sticking. So, again, you got to do what's right for you. You got to do you. And that's it. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with D for realistic weight loss talk. We talk it out. We talk it real here. You know, good, the bad. It is what it is. It's life. It's real life. It's not, you know, what I portray it to be. It is what it is. So just always know that. And I will see you later.